Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Why there's no new One Chicago tonight, February 12, and when will new episodes of Fire, PD, and Med release? There is a reason the One Chicago franchise isn't airing new episodes on February 12, 2025. This break comes only 2 weeks after the One Chicago crossover, which featured characters from all 3 shows working together to neutralize a threat to the city. After the crossover, each series had an exciting standalone episode. Chicago Med depicted Goodwin's Epatha trauma responses after returning to work. Goodwin reluctantly goes to an appointment with a neuropsychiatrist, CTH Pounder, but refuses a referral for longer-term therapy. Meanwhile, Ripley, Luke Mitchell, starts drinking heavily after Scully's, Daniel Dorr, death. The episode ends with Ripley drunk and beating up a guy outside the bar who got in his face about Ripley bumping into him. Afterward, Chicago Fire's Kid and Severide, Taylor Kinney, discussed starting a family after dealing with a visit from Kid's, Miranda Ray Mayo, cousin. Kid doesn't want to get pregnant, but adoption may be in the cards for them. Chicago PD rounded out the evening with an intense plot featuring Torres, Benjamin Levy Aguilar, going undercover at a juvenile detention center. This frustrating hiatus means it will be at least a week before these stories continue. Although today is the anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, it's not likely that this is the reason for the break. NBC is, after all, not airing any specials about Lincoln in One Chicago's place. The network is instead showing reruns of all 3 One Chicago shows, starting with Chicago Med at 8 p.m. Each show will rebroadcast episode 4 of its current season. The reason for this specific choice is not clear, so it is possible that the encore presentations contain plot points that will be relevant to the next new episodes. This delay has no explanation, and it is possibly frustrating to fans that One Chicago is taking a hiatus only 3 weeks after being preempted for then-President Joe Biden's farewell speech. However, networks often schedule short breaks throughout the TV season. This helps ensure that there are enough episodes left to last until May, when network shows typically wrap up their seasons for the summer. Additionally, sometimes shows fall behind on their production schedule. Taking a short hiatus ensures that One Chicago does not run out of already produced episodes before the latest ones are ready to air. While it's aggravating after all the cliffhangers that One Chicago is taking an abrupt break, the good news is that this is a short hiatus, lasting only a week. New episodes of all 3 One Chicago shows air on NBC on February 19, 2025. This relatively short pause means that new episodes are coming sooner rather than later, leaving audiences with only an extra 7 days to wait before finding out the latest developments in each One Chicago series. This break also offers the opportunity to catch up on any episodes missed during their initial broadcast. While NBC will only be airing episode 4 of each show's current season, all episodes of the 3 shows comprising the One Chicago franchise that have been aired so far are available to stream on Peacock. Thus, this gap in new programming allows audiences to watch or rewatch any episodes they'd like to before new installments resume airing on February 19. All 3 One Chicago shows will pick up where they left off. Chicago Med Season 10, Episode 13 has Ripley's self-destructive behavior continuing to escalate. The man he beat up lands in the hospital and Ripley has to treat him without letting it slip that he's the one who put the patient in this condition. Meanwhile, Hannah, Jessie Schramm, won't have much time to worry about Ripley's actions. Her patient must choose between her religious beliefs and her life when she is diagnosed with an ectopic pregnancy. This topical story will spark conversations long after it's over. Chicago Fire is finally offering exciting rescues instead of focusing solely on soap opera-like plots. Its newest episode will feature a rescue at a local adventure park that is sure to put Severide and other firefighters' lives at risk. The incident will also lead Kid to ask Severide for a ropes course for girls on fire. Afterward, Chicago PD will end the new trilogy of One Chicago episodes with a story about a street war that is threatening a new community center project Atwater is trying to launch. Enjoy Screen Rant's primetime coverage? Click below to sign up for our weekly Network TV newsletter. Make sure to check Network TV in your preferences, and get the inside scoop from actors and showrunners on your favorite series. Tonight's absence of a new episode from the One Chicago franchise, encompassing Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, Chicago PD, and Chicago Justice, has left fans in anticipation and speculation. For those who look forward to their weekly dose of compelling drama, thrilling rescues, and intense crime fighting, the void on this specific night is an unexpected disruption in the regular schedule. But why, in the middle of February 2025, is there no new episode to consume? There are several factors that contribute to this unexpected break. In the world of television, particularly in the network television realm, scheduling and production logistics often require shifts, adjustments, and pauses that might seem inconvenient to the viewers but are necessary to maintain the longevity and quality of a show. 1. The winter hiatus. The first and most obvious reason for tonight's lack of new content is the winter hiatus. Like many network TV shows, the One Chicago franchise often takes a break mid-season, generally around the holiday season. While this break is typical during December and January, the One Chicago shows sometimes extend their pause into February to give the production teams time for adjustments and to align with the broader network schedule. The winter hiatus is an opportunity for writers and producers to review the progress of the season, make any necessary tweaks, and ensure that the stories being told continue to resonate with audiences. These hiatuses also offer a much-needed break for the actors and crew, who work tirelessly through the grueling production schedule. The gap in the airing of new episodes allows everyone on the team to recharge, refocus, and return to filming with renewed energy, which often translates into more dynamic, high-quality episodes when the shows return. 2. Production delays or challenges. Behind every episode of One Chicago, there are months of preparation, filming, and post-production work. Sometimes, despite the best-laid plans, production delays or unexpected challenges can lead to scheduling shifts. For example, shooting a show like Chicago Fire, which involves a lot of intense action sequences, explosions, and fire-related stunts, can sometimes run into unplanned delays. Whether it's bad weather, safety concerns, or the sheer complexity of shooting emergency scenarios, these factors can push back the timeline, delaying the completion of a particular episode. Additionally, with television series becoming more ambitious in terms of storylines, visual effects, and overall quality, it's not unusual for episodes to take a bit longer to perfect. In such a case, a decision might be made to delay airing the episode for a week or two, so it can be released at the right moment with all aspects polished and finalized. 3. The need for sweeps week programming. Another key reason behind the absence of a new One Chicago episode tonight relates to the timing of Sweeps Week, a period when networks focus on airing special, high-impact programming to boost viewership ratings. For One Chicago, Sweeps Week typically takes place in the months of February, May, and November, and during this time the network might opt to give the shows a break or schedule special episodes that may coincide with other network events. The February sweeps, in particular, tend to bring important story arcs or cliffhangers into play. Rather than airing a new, standard episode in the midst of these sweeping, dramatic events, the show may have been adjusted for the sake of maximizing viewership. During these periods, major storylines might be teased, leaving fans with cliffhangers and intrigue that they eagerly anticipate during the upcoming weeks. 4. Behind-the-scenes adjustments. Over time, the One Chicago universe has evolved with the introduction of new characters, new plot lines, and interconnected story arcs. The writing room behind the shows is always busy fine-tuning these developments, and sometimes the shifts in the storytelling require brief pauses in the airing schedule. Writers might have planned an intense sequence or a crossover event that involves multiple shows in the franchise, and adjustments to the scripts or shooting schedule might necessitate taking a brief pause. For example, if a storyline crosses over between Chicago Fire and Chicago PD, or if a major event is scheduled for Chicago Med, the production teams may need more time to ensure each series properly connects and maintains continuity. These behind-the-scenes adjustments are a key part of making the universe cohesive, and sometimes the show must pause airing new content to give time for those adjustments to be made.